Well, good morning, everybody. It is time for another segment of Lamont Walker Ministries, renewing the mind and the body for a healthy living. And we are back with the bishop. While the notifications are going out, we'd like to send out a happy birthday shout out to those of you who are celebrating your birthdays today. I pray that your day is filled with many blessings, gifts, and love from all around, and that you enjoy as many of the sweet things as you desire. Just don't make yourself sick, all right? It is your day. You've been waiting 365 days for it. Now it is your time. Go out, celebrate it, live it up, enjoy it, make the most of it. Thank you for tuning in and tapping into this broadcast. If this is your first time watching this, listening in, I want you to know that they are to encourage you, to empower you, to educate you, to motivate you, to inspire you, to uplift you, to move towards your destiny, operating in the purpose for which you've been created, using the gifts that are within you. I am thankful and grateful for every like, for every share, for every comment, for every red and blue dot. It all means a great deal. I am so grateful that you are a part of the Back with the Bishop family. It means a lot, and I pray that you always receive something that is useful, something that helps you, something that speaks directly to your situation and where you are. And so I'm not going to be on very long today, but I just want to come on and share this word with you today, that you have the power. That is the word for today. You have the power. That is the word of encouragement for today. The Apostle Paul wrote to his young protege, Timothy, Pastor Timothy, Overseer Timothy, Bishop Timothy, whatever you would like to call him, but he would almost be considered a son in the ministry. In his second epistle to him, he said that for God had not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And so what I want to encourage you is that you have the power, and you have the ability to remain in control of what you think, what you say, what you do, even what you feel or what you choose to release. And sometimes things can be said, things can be done that will cause you to react in a way where you actually lose control. All right. And so there are certain things that you, again, may experience, certain things that you may feel. And have you ever seen people who just react and they just are seemingly uncontrollable? It seems like they are out of control. And that is because they have chosen to relinquish their power to what they feel. I'm going to say that again. It's because they have chosen to relinquish their power to what they feel. And there was something I was listening to, watching, if you will. I think it was Howie Mandel's stand-up comedian, like Fourth Extravaganza, something like that, that was on the television last night. And there was one of the comedians who was on, and he said something that really caught my attention, and it was dealing with communication and how we talk. And so he was saying that one of the biggest pieces to communication is inflection. So when we talk, when we are asking a question, like the inflection raises, or when we are making a statement, that the inflection goes down. And so sometimes when a person uses the incorrect inflection, it can communicate something that is not intended to be communicated. And so again, that can cause a person to feel a certain way. It can cause them to think a certain thing. And so therefore, again, we are humans where we match one another's energy. And so I'm not talking about mystical and being, crazy and out there and things of that nature. But have you ever heard the vibe that you give out is the vibe that you get, or the energy that you give out is the energy that you get. And so sometimes people misinterpret the energy, or again, the inflection that you give. And so it causes them to feel a certain way or think a certain thing. So therefore they respond according to what they feel. But I want to encourage you today that no matter what you feel, no matter what may be said to you, no matter what a person may do to you, you have the power to remain in control of what you think. You have the power to remain in control of what you say, what comes out of your mouth, and you have the power to control what you feel. I'm experienced a situation where I had to choose between feeling anger or feeling hurt. And what I did was I used the power that God has given to us. For it said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So that means I have the ability to think clear thoughts. Good morning, Ernestine. Good to see you. I have the ability to control the love. I have power. I have a power source of love, if you will. I have a power source of a clear mind. I have a power source of being in control of me. And so therefore, no matter what I may experience, I always have the power. And what happens? Good morning, Raven. Thank you for tuning in. Most times people do not utilize the power that they possess that comes from God. A spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of a sound mind. And so what ends up happening is most times people don't respond out of love, but they respond out of the fear. And the fear is connected to what they experience or what they feel, which is an insecurity. You feel like someone has breached your space. You feel like someone someone has breached your ability to process. You feel like someone has breached your power source. And so what ends up happening is people respond back with backlash because of the fear that they feel. And so it's like, no, get rid of the fear. And that's connected to, anxiety, worry, stress, all of that. Get rid of that and operate in a spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of a sound mind. Every decision that you have to make, listen, you have the power. Remain in control. Do not let anybody take your power. Do not let anybody take your love. Do not let anybody take your self-control, your mind, your mental capacity, the clarity that you have. Don't let anybody take you out of that place of peace and position and love and authority that you have. And so I want to encourage you with that today. No matter what they may say, no matter what their inflection may be, you remain in control. You have the power. You choose. You get to choose how you feel. I'm going to say that again. You get to choose how you feel because, again, going back to my own experience, I could choose anger or I could choose hurt, but I chose power. Man, I almost took off shouting right there. You have the ability and the authority to choose what you feel. I could choose anger. I could choose hurt, but I chose power. I want to operate in power. And therefore, I never move from my place of authority. I never come down from my place that I have of peace. And so I want to encourage you with that today. You have the power. I'm thinking about He-Man. I used to watch that when I was a little boy. He-Man would pull that sword out of his sheath and he would raise it up and say, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Well, I want to tell you, we've got a sword. Our sword is the word of the Lord. So when we pull the word of the Lord out, you can say this by the power of the Holy Spirit, I have the power. For God had not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love, of power, and a sound mind. I pray that you've been encouraged, empowered, educated, motivated, inspired, and uplifted to move towards your destiny, operating in the purpose for which you've been created, using the gifts that are within you. I'm signing off by saying hello 2019. It's still the same, y'all. I'm going up and so are you. And what's to come for you and for me, it's better than what's been. Mad love.